Who is the Logitech Rally Plus actually good for? Who should skip it? And does it really justify the price for a typical office that just wants reliable video calls? Those are the questions that keep most people up at night when they stare at a long list of conference room gear. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The hesitation usually comes from three places: the fear of overpaying for features you'll never use, the worry that the system will be a nightmare to set up in a cramped meeting room, and the risk that the camera or microphones will miss the person speaking because the software isn't intuitive. Let's walk through what it's like to bring the Rally Plus into a real workspace, what you actually gain, and where the hidden trade-offs sit. First off, think about the size of the room you're trying to outfit. The Rally Plus is marketed as a premium 4K conference system, but the real benefit shows up in rooms that are anywhere from 8 to 20 people. The 3-mic array on the speaker pod can pick up voices from across the table without having to ask people to raise their volume. In my experience with a 12-person boardroom, the pickup pattern stayed consistent even when folks moved to the far side of the room. There were no moments where the speaker suddenly vanished from the mix. That matters because many small to medium businesses have tried cheaper USB microphones that either saturate when two people talk at once or simply drop the quieter speaker entirely. The camera itself is a 4K unit that can pan, tilt, and zoom, PTZ, using the remote control that comes with the kit. For a team that regularly shares whiteboard content, that remote can be a real time saver. Instead of having to stand up, adjust the laptop, or ask a colleague to move the webcam, you can just tap zoom in, and the camera pulls the whiteboard into crisp focus. In a typical weekly strategy meeting where the presenter flips between a laptop screen and a physical flip chart, that smooth transition prevented the usual awkward pause where everyone waits for the video to catch up. If you've ever tried to do that with a standard webcam, you know the difference. Now, the practical side of installation. The Rally Plus comes as a kit: a central hub, 2 speaker pods, the PTZ camera, and a wireless presenter. The hub is designed to sit under a table and connect to your laptop via HDMI and USB. The real trick is routing the power cords in a tidy way, especially if your conference table already has cable management holes. In my office, we ran the power through the table's built-in conduit, and the system was up and running in about 30 minutes with the help of the Quick Start Guide. No special tools, no drilling. That's a big win for anyone who isn't a dedicated IT department. You can get a professional-grade setup without pulling a professional. One hidden trade-off shows up after a few weeks of daily use. The camera's autoframing works well when the room is evenly lit, but if you have a window on one side, the exposure can swing toward the brighter side, making faces appear washed out. The solution is to add a simple diffuser or a blind, which most offices already have. It's not a deal breaker, but it's a detail you'll need to tweak if you want the video to stay consistently sharp. Another point to watch is the firmware updates. Logitech pushes occasional updates that improve mic handling and PTZ smoothness, but you have to manually approve them through the Logitech Sync app. If your IT policy locks down software installations, you'll need to schedule a short window for those updates. What about value for money? The headline price is certainly higher than a basic USB webcam and speaker combo, but the cost spreads across 3 distinct benefits: 4K video that actually looks crisp on a large screen, a microphone array that captures a full room conversation without needing a separate conference phone, and the remote-controlled PTZ that eliminates the need for a dedicated video operator. For a company that runs client pitches, board meetings, and internal trainings, those 3 pillars translate into less time troubleshooting audio-video glitches and more time focusing on the content. That intangible time saved is what justifies the premium for many buyers. Who should buy it? If you run a dedicated meeting room that hosts external clients, investors, or cross-regional teams, the Rally Plus is a solid investment. It shines when you need to present high-resolution slides or product demos that benefit from the 4K sensor. Also, if you have a rotating roster of presenters who aren't tech-savvy, the remote control and automatic mic selection keep the experience smooth. In contrast, a small startup that meets around a coffee table with 2 laptops might be better off with a simpler USB solution. The extra cameras, speaker pods, and hub become unnecessary overhead, and the price difference could be better allocated toward better broadband or collaboration software. Practical strengths sum up as follows: reliable full-room audio capture, intuitive remote PTZ control, and a 4K image that holds up on large conference displays. The system also integrates cleanly with most